Islam, knowledge is very important and Muslims have been writing everything they know in books for hundreds of years. But books, especially old ones, are very delicate, which means that special measures have to be taken to keep them safe.
Throughout history, mosques are very well known for doubling as libraries. Some even have massive vaults full of thousands and thousands of ancient books. These books are hundreds of years old, which means that they're not in the best of shape. Their pages are crumbling and falling apart, which makes us at risk of losing their ancient knowledge that's been written down on every single page, which means that the curators, who are responsible for the books, are now on a mission to preserve them before they're lost forever. Their first line of action is to try and restore them, which is very delicate work. They have to examine and clean every single page in a protective atmosphere, because when a book is this old and fragile, even natural factors like the temperature, sunlight and air pollution can make a difference. These books will now have to be kept in protective cases to keep them safe, but the good thing is that they can now be displayed and give people the opportunity to look at the ancient books full of knowledge on Islam, science, maths and every subject that you can think of. This is the new home of one of the world's rarest reptiles, the albino alligator. Being albino means that the alligator has a rare genetic mutation that affects skin color, so instead of being olive green like he should be, he appears to be white. It even affects the color of his eyes, which are yellow instead of being dark green or brown. The pigments that give our skin color actually protect us from the sun as well, which means that even though alligators have thick bony plates to protect them from predators, one of their biggest dangers is that they're very sensitive to light. It also means that they can't camouflage themselves in the green swamp water, making them very vulnerable. This makes it hard for them to survive in the wild, so it's safer to be here in the protected environment. This alligator is still a baby, but once it's fully grown, it'll be about 12 feet long. That's about the length of 2.5 people. This baby panda is a new addition to the zoo, and because pandas are endangered animals, it's very exciting to see. In the wild, the baby will stay with its mother for about 1.5 years before it's skilled enough to move away and fend for itself. But here in captivity, it's possible that they'll stay together for much longer. But they still have to learn all of their natural skills, like climbing and swimming. Adult pandas are great climbers because in the wild they're used to climbing high into the mountains to find bamboo to eat. But baby pandas are much more clumsy, tumbling around their surroundings as they try to explore. But they're also very shy, which means that when something does go wrong, it's time to find somewhere to hide. It might look and sound like something from the future, but these robots are already here. The largest and latest robot, which is called Pepper, has been specially designed to read the emotions of the person that it's talking to by analysing facial expressions, body language and words, so it can tell how you're feeling. But it can also express its own personality through its voice and hand gestures. And even though he's only 4 feet tall, Pepper is absolutely packed with the latest technologies. His face and eyes are covered in cameras and sensors that can analyze facial expressions and your tone of voice, so that the conversation can be tailored to how you're feeling. To do this, Pepper has to keep constant eye contact, which makes it feel like he's actually paying attention and listening to what you're saying, just like a friend would. Pepper and the other robots were designed to look friendly, rather than like a human being, which the designers thought would be quite scary and definitely not best friend material. For now, these robots are only being used for professional and educational purposes, but the inventors hope that soon enough, millions of these robots could soon become man's best friend, and with each robot currently programmed to speak 17 languages, they could soon be making friends all over the world.